It is a very good evening to you, and you are watching News Plus. My name is Marissa Marinda. Let's get straight into tonight's headlines. President Emmerson Mnangagwa is in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for the African Union 39th Summit, which starts this Saturday. We have an update from our correspondent Kudakwashe Mugari, who is in Addis. Zimbabwe and India continue to explore new areas of cooperation. A business delegation from the Asian country paid a visit, courtesy on acting President Dr. Constantino Chiwenga today. Details on the engagement right here on News Plus. Police have recorded over 1,000 armed robbery cases in 2025. This came out during an all-stakeholder meeting that was held in Harare today. And in sport, the Mighty Warriors have received government backing ahead of the women's CASAFA shutdown in Polokwane, South Africa, in a week's time. Now for the news in greater detail. President Emmerson Mnangagwa is in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for the African Union's 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government, set to begin on Saturday. The summit, running under the theme Assuring Sustainable Water Availability and Safe Sanitation Systems to Achieve the Goals of Agenda 2063, is focusing on advancing collective responses to Africa's key challenges, with particular emphasis on ensuring water security and sanitation. Leaders are also expected to deliberate on peace and security, economic integration, climate resilience, digital transformation, and financing for development. Our correspondent, who is in Addis Ababa, gives us an update.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who left Harare this afternoon, he has arrived safely in Ethiopia, where he is expected to join his counterparts at the African Union AU 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government meeting in Addis Ababa, starting on Saturday. The President was received at Bo International Airport by Zimbabwe Foreign Affairs and International Trade Minister Professor Amon Murwira, Zimbabwe Ambassador to Ethiopia Ms. Sophia Nyamudeza, Zimbabwe Foreign Affairs and International Trade Permanent Secretary Albert Chimbindi, and embassy staff. The President is accompanied by Agriculture, Lands, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development Dr. Anxious Masuka, Deputy Chief Secretary in the Office of the President and Cabinet, Mr. George Charamba. Professor Murwira, who is here, attended the ministerial session of the 48th Ordinary Session of the Executive Council that began yesterday and ended today. The summit will be running under the theme Assuring Sustainable Water Availability, Safe Sanitation Systems to Achieve the Agenda 2063.
Zimbabwe's economic engagement and re-engagement drive continues to attract renewed interest from key global partners, with acting President Dr. Constantino Chiwenga this Thursday engaging the Confederation of Indian Industries as India consolidates its position as one of Zimbabwe's strategic trade and investment allies. Ibn Mabunda has more.
Now, a delegation from the Confederation of Indian Industries paid a courtesy call on Zimbabwe's acting president, Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, where they discussed possibilities of expanding bilateral trade between Zimbabwe and India. The meeting comes at a time when trade between Zimbabwe and India is showing steady growth, with bilateral trade reaching approximately $260 million during the last financial year. Indian investments in Zimbabwe have now surpassed $600 million across various sectors, creating more than 15,000 direct and indirect jobs. Discussions focused on scaling up trade volumes, deepening industrial cooperation, and unlocking opportunities in agriculture, mining services, pharmaceuticals, renewable energy, and agro-processing.
And also we want, like, India and Zimbabwe, both countries should have that kind of interaction to diversify their trade basket. And further, Indian investment is enhancing day by day. So our of course estimate is around $600 to $650 million.
India, which is moving towards becoming a $5 trillion economy with a population exceeding 1.4 billion people, presents a significant export market for Zimbabwean goods. Zimbabwean exports to India have reached approximately $50 million, with potential for further expansion in sugar, horticulture, citrus, avocado, nuts, tea, coffee, and specialty agricultural products. The Confederation of Indian Industry says structured business-to-business platforms will be critical in accelerating growth beyond current levels.
I came here, I understood that there is a potential. So it is time for you to come together, we both come together to put it together. So it will benefit you, and the same thing we can utilize to export and earn more revenue.
Zimbabwe is home to approximately 10,000 persons of Indian origin, a historical and cultural link that continues to strengthen people-to-people and business-to-business relations. The delegation also highlighted the importance of policy consistency, export standards compliance, and structured follow-up engagements to remove trade bottlenecks.
Second, good quality products you can export. Now I have other members here who are looking forward to banking. We have infrastructure, road development, construction people. So we are all committed, and mining team. So we have all come together to make sure our relations progress.
Officials say both countries are now looking at concrete sector-specific engagements aimed at boosting value addition and expanding trade flows under Zimbabwe's broader industrialization agenda. Zimbabwe and India will be looking to grow their bilateral trade beyond the current $260 million mark in 2026 and beyond. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Ibn Mabunda, Monomutapa Building in Harare.
Paradanyatwa Group of Hospitals has increased its dialysis capacity following the installation of additional machines at the renal unit. Health Ministry officials this Thursday toured the facility, with authorities saying the development will ease pressure on services and improve access to treatment for kidney patients. Our reporter Talent Gore toured the facility and filed this report.
For renal failure in patients in public institutions.
For years, kidney patients relying on public health services have struggled to access dialysis treatment due to limited equipment, forcing some to seek costly private care. But at Paradanyatwa Group of Hospitals, the situation is beginning to change after government procured additional dialysis machines. Dialysis patients say accessing treatment was once a difficult and costly experience. They are optimistic the expansion will allow them to receive treatment consistently and closer to home.
Vakatibonera because patatiri kubiteni uko taimuka usiku kunomirira mushini zvinotakura rukwirwa tangosvika panapa kuma7 hatisina maqueue akareba atinomira kuti tiwane mushini.
Now, since Chade machine when you want to B6, it's been really good. And that is number 5 why I Janet and every my sisters because when I know goes that Takashika are going to.
With only 5 functional machines, many had to endure long waiting periods while others were going to private facilities where treatment costs were beyond their reach.
Kutibatsira bozi mari yokuti tiende kuma private takasikaikwanise inyaya yekuti kurwara kwandinge chiita dzingwa tikwanisa kuwana kuma $100 and $120 inodiwa pa one session kuma private. Saka pana pazvinotibatsira kuti wanouya wandotitarisa mahara chako kungotsvaga mari yebhazi kuya kupi chipatara zvimwe zvese unosvika pana kuitwa dialysis kwakumba.
However, the situation will certainly improve following the installation of new dialysis machines at the hospital. The hospital now has 21 dialysis machines, with 18 currently in operation, significantly increasing capacity at the renal unit.
We beat in renal, and we had challenges there, of which we had 5 working machines, which weren't enough to cater for the patients. And as you can see, chronic kidney disease is actually on the rise. So that was really a challenge for us because some of the patients were under dialysis. As compared to now, like in October 2025, that's where our unit was opened, and with a capacity of 18 working machines, and we have got 2 machines on standby.
Health and Childcare Ministry Director of Clinical Services Twenderaing Mangwiro says there are plans to introduce renal transplant services at the hospital, a move expected to reduce the need for patients to travel outside the country for the procedure.
So we are agitating the renal transplant machine for patients. We have the experts, we need to be capacitated, and then we escalate renal care for our patients beyond dialysis. Thank you.
Standing here in Padrenyatko's renal unit, officials say the procurement of these dialysis machines mark a significant improvement in the treatment of renal failure in patients.
Do stay with us. News Plus will be right back.
The Portfolio Committee on Budget, Finance and Investment Promotion will conduct 2026 nationwide post-budget consultations. The date, place, venue and time for the consultations are as follows. All those who will be putting on military uniforms, signs of ranks, flags or badges, and political party regalia will not have access to the public hearings. The public, interested groups, and organizations are invited to attend these consultations. Written submissions and correspondences are welcome and should be addressed to the Clerk of Parliament. Attention! The Portfolio Committee on Budget, Finance and Investment Promotion, Mount Hampden, PO Box CY 298, Causeway, Harare. Submissions can also be made by email through the email address clerk@palzim.gov.zw. The Parliament of Zimbabwe, a strong, independent, people-driven, world-class parliament.
We're kicking your year off
in all her glory.
With more, because we got you.
You get it?
You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Police have appeared for support in the fight against violent crimes after recording 1,282 cases of armed robbery in 2025. Police Commissioner General Stephen Mutamba said the fight against crime is a collaborative effort which needs all stakeholder participation. He said this when he met business players, bankers, farmers and security firms at a Business Against Crime Indaba in Harare Thursday morning. Latwe Nyangu has the details.
The police said they recorded an average of 180 armed robbery cases a month in 2025. This, they said, is a 4% decline as compared to 2024 statistics. While this is positive, fraud cases were at an increase, rising by 2% as compared to 2025 statistics. This has resulted in the police calling on stakeholders to partner them in fight against crime.
We are here to initiate a profound alliance, a covenant between a community determined to reclaim its peace and the police service ready to evolve.
Running under the theme, building a resilient ecosystem between therapy and business, against crime, the meeting was described as a council of war against crime. Commissioner General Mtamba said everyone is a target and no sector is spared. He hailed the corporate world for agreeing to confront crime with one voice.
Let's not say at the end of the day this was a day wasted. It must be a new beginning towards fighting crime. People must realize that the Zimbabwean people have come together. They would like to build their own security. Let us be together. The camera issues, the motor vehicle issues, a lot of things. Even the complaints that we are complaining about, that some of our officers, when they perform their duties, they perform them improperly.
Confederation of Retailers Association President Denford Mtash proposed the establishment of a Commissioner General's Resource Mobilization Committee to coordinate private sector contributions.
We can then sectoralize the committees to say we've got a banking sector committee, we've got a manufacturing and retail committee, we've got a telecommunications committee, and then each one of them should then definitely have your appointees a commissioner.
Participants said there is need for practical support such as equipment, training, intelligence sharing, and technological support to boost police effectiveness.
What the commissioner is actually appealing to us to do is to provide the resources, is to assist in capacitating our police. The police, they are there, but they do not have the resources.
Sometimes as business we feel that you don't have enough resources, and probably we need to capacitate each other, and that's why I think this forum is very important, because it also opens industry and commerce to see things probably that we take for granted.
The corporate world heeding the call for support by the police will go a long way in fight against violent and white-collar crimes, which has seen businesses losing millions of dollars. Latwo Nyang for Zitten Prime in Harare.
Moving on to our next story, 8 countries and 50 exhibitors are expected for the upcoming 2026 SADC Sustainable Energy Week, set for February 23 to 27 in Victoria Falls, with Zimbabwe expecting to transition towards a new, cleaner energy future. The conference will be hosted by the Ministry of Energy and Power Development, the SADC Secretariat, and the SADC Centre for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. This is the second conference following the first edition in Botswana in February last year. In an interview, Chief Director in the Ministry of Energy and Power Development, Engineer Benson Munyaradzi, confirmed that everything is moving according to script.
From the logistical point of view, we believe we are ready. We have procured the service providers to provide service for the exhibition stands. We're expecting about 50 exhibitors, and so far those who have confirmed are 36 who have confirmed to exhibit, both Zimbabweans and also from the region. So in a nutshell, I would say we are ready to.
Do stay with us. News Plus will be right back.
This Valentine's month, share the ultimate gift of life. Donate blood and make a profound difference. Visit us in Harare at 53 Mazoe Street, Belgravia, or join us at the second floor, at the Gweri Showgrounds, or in Mashingo, at Haley's and Emsley Close, or at the main post office in Bulawayo, and at our Mutare branch. Give love, give life. Donate blood this February. Donors to receive special surprise tokens of appreciation.
Every day, millions of moments travel through the air. A call home, a payment made, a lesson learned, a life saved. But behind each moment is something steady, something quiet, unseen, unshaken, powering connection, supporting lives. This is Econet Infraco, Zimbabwe's largest private infrastructure group, comprising towers, power, and real estate. We build and operate the essential systems that hold the country together with scale, certainty, and purpose. We bring together three powerful engines of progress under one roof. Towers that carry the signal, clean energy that keeps it alive, and foundations that hold it all in one place. Because behind every connection, every transaction, every step forward, there's a quiet force. Econet Infraco, built for resilience, designed for growth.
Government says the new reserved sectors regulations are meant to protect local businesses and stop foreign companies from crowding out Zimbabwean SMEs. Addressing industry leaders in Harare, Deputy Minister Kiven Mutimbanyoka said small enterprises contribute over 70% to GDP and must be prioritized in transport, logistics and retail to achieve Vision 2030.
Reserved sectors are creating job opportunities and empowering communities as well as boosting the industry sector. The government has defended the reserved sectors policy as a necessary step to strengthen local enterprises and safeguard Zimbabwean ownership in strategic industries. Under Statutory Instrument 215 of 2025, several business activities including retail and wholesale trade, passenger transport, real estate agencies, customs clearing, grain milling and logistics are now either restricted or subject to strict conditions. Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Community Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Kiven Mutimbanyoka says the policy is about empowering local capacity, not shutting out investment.
Statutory Instrument SI 215 for 2025, read together with NDS 2 and Vision 2030, provides a strong policy signal that government is committed to building an economy where local enterprises are not spectators, but central players.
Foreign investors operating in reserved sectors will be required to divest at least 75% of their equity to Zimbabwean citizens within 3 years, in annual tranches of not less than 25%. Business leaders have welcomed the policy direction but say implementation must be carefully managed to avoid disruption.
Is then to open pathways for SMEs so that they can integrate through the supply chains, through the value chains. And I think that way we will actually would have given them more value.
The Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce has also called for a gradual and sequenced approach to ensure business continuity and investor confidence.
About an enabling environment where we are talking about the policies that should support them, but also we are looking at the financial side of things where the financial service sector has to come on board to support them as well.
Authorities maintain that the success of the reserved sectors framework will depend on consistent enforcement, transparency, and active support from financial institutions. Stronger MSCs means a thriving industry and a steady progress towards Vision 2030. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Hannah Mapisire, Harare.
When we come back, we take a look at what's happening in the world of sport.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
The Ministry of Sport and Zimbabwe Football Association have affirmed their commitment to continue building women's football in the country as the Mighty Warriors count down to their latest assignment at the COSAFA Women's Championship next week. More in the following report.
Mighty Warriors have stepped up preparations for the COSAFA Women's Championship, with finer details being ironed out. Deputy Minister of Sport Emily Jesiah paid a courtesy visit to the team during training, engaging the players and technical staff while getting a first-hand appreciation of their readiness for the regional showpiece.
The government is very much committed to empowering our women in sports. So I wanted to have an understanding of where they are camping, what the facility is like, what they've been eating, and their state of preparedness in general. We are going to be taking up the issues that they have raised, engage with the ZIFA and the ministry as well to see how best we can come in to support the girls.
Beyond the encouragement, discussions also touched on player welfare, contractual matters, and the importance of creating a stable environment that allows the team to compete at their best. The players welcomed the growing support as they shift focus fully to the task ahead.
Well, the government has been very supportive to all our sports when they are preparing for their tournaments, irregardless of them having performed well or not. We are always supportive because we know that it takes great commitment and courage for them to then be at a position where they are going to go and represent the nation. So it's not about whether they have won or they have lost.
ZIFA also provided an update on preparations, outlining the steps taken to ensure that the team is well equipped for a strong campaign.
We believe the girls have what it takes to post some very, very good results. So in terms of readiness, we are ready to participate in the COSAFA tournament. All that is required for them to participate competitively has been put in place.
While attention is on COSAFA, there is also a broader drive to continue growing the women's game with increased investment and structured support seen as key to long-term success.
The long-term plan is, of course, to make sure that we have a clear talent pathway that's starting right at the bottom all the way to the top. Competitions for this year, definitely we are putting our best foot forward to want to win them. But we are looking at this whole structure with a long-term perspective to say, in year 2, we should make sure that we are participating even in the Olympics competitively. WAFCON, we must compete there.
The Mighty Warriors are set to depart for South Africa on the 17th of February, 2 days before their opening match against Eswatini at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. With preparations entering the final stretch, the Mighty Warriors will be aiming to let their football do the talking as they chase COSAFA glory.
The Zimbabwe senior men's cricket team returned to action on Friday morning when they face Australia in their second match at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka. Chevron's head coach Justin Salmons speaks ahead of the match.
Yeah, from a previous match point of view, I thought we were spot on, in the execution of our plans, and I think moving forward to tomorrow, that's what it's going to be about. It ultimately will come down to us sort of executing our skills, obviously under pressure against an extremely strong opposition. So, yeah, to give ourselves the best chance, we've got to be on the money in terms of our execution, in all 3 departments. No, not really. Like I say, you've got to go out there and produce the goods. So it's about one ball at a time. It doesn't matter who you're playing, and it's about playing what's in front of you. You're not playing the man. You're playing what's in front of you in terms of the ball, etc. So, the processes stay exactly the same. It's one ball at a time, obviously doing your best to sort of execute your skills around your plans.
That's all we have for tonight's edition of News Plus. Do join us again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. My name is Marissa Miranda, and from me and the crew behind the scenes, we say have a splendid evening, and we leave you watching the Weather Report.